Hey everybody. Okay, it's Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm Gary Lucas. Thank you so much for joining me for these regular little solo acoustic sets. And I'm going to start this afternoon off with the theme from Casino Royale by Burt Bacharach, one of my favorite films and one of my favorite film themes. Part of that country I am swimming to. I'm into. Part of that country I swim into. I'm into what you do, from seeing what you do, banging on your door up in deep blue sky. Let's go swimming. All set, let's go swimming. All set, let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. Part of that country I am swimming to. I'm into what you do, from seeing what you do. I'm banging on your door, up in deep blue sky. Let's go swimming. All set, let's go swimming. All set, let's go swimming. All set, let's go swimming. Yeah, let's go swimming. That's Arthur Russell, my late, dearly departed friend, Arthur Russell, and one of his best songs, I think. And I've been doing it pretty much in every solo show I've done, going back to about 1995 or 96 at the Mercury Lounge. I think the second weekend they were open here in New York City. Jonathan Cain, who was my drummer in Gods and Monsters at the time, and Gene Chain, great bass player from Vermont. We just jammed it out, and it's on this forthcoming album. So I'll take time here for a little bit of a commercial. This is the album The Essential Gary Lucas, which is coming out on Knitting Factory Records. Now it's been bumped to September 11th. Oh, horrors, what a fraught date. However, I have some good luck associated with it insofar as an album I did of Chinese pop music from the 30s, The Edge of Heaven, which you may know, was released on that day, and I was in Paris on 9/11 to promote that record. I was stuck in Europe, which wasn't a terrible thing, for about 3 weeks, and I had a bunch of gigs. And anyway, so that was also the day Bob Dylan's fantastic album Love and Theft was released. So that's something to look forward to. Here it is again, albeit backwards. It's a double disc, and it features Ernie Brooks, my longtime bassist from the Modern Lovers. The first CD is all Gods and Monsters tracks. So that's with Ernie, Billy Ficca from Television on drums, Jason Candler, my mainstay guy on saxophone for many a year, and a whole bunch of singers I've worked with in the past. So the second CD is all collaborations with people like the late Alan Vega, Haide and Sulaine Milanese, these two fantastic singers, musicians down in Havana, and Los Van Van, the great Cuban dance band. Many people, but I'll be talking more about that in the weeks to come. Who knows how long this thing is going to last, Anyway, I also want to call your attention to this album on Ezor Disco, an Italian label, the complete Jeff Buckley and Gary Lucas songbook, which contains all of the 12 songs. I wrote 12 discrete songs with the great Jeff Buckley in a frenetic period, mid-91 to mid-92. And they're finally all collected and recorded in beautiful studio versions by Francesco Arpino, a multi-instrumentalist producer who's amazing. I want to thank Pierre Ruiz, who runs the label, for releasing this and having the vision to want to record these songs. And while I'm at it, here's another plug for the Beefheart fans out there. I know I'm best known for Jeff Buckley and Captain Beefheart, but I'm going to change that by golly anyway. So among the 30 albums plus I've released to date, this is the most current Beefheart associated title. The World of Captain Beefheart, featuring the fabulous Nona Hendryx on vocals, who you know from La Belle and her own work, and we tackled quite a bit of ground there with the Beefheart canon, including some of his most outlandish outre pieces, as well as his funkiest and soulful songs. And it stems from a symphonic concert I did at the Paradiso. My good old Dutch friend Code de Kloot produced this concert of the same title with the 65-piece Metropole Orchestra. And in fact, on the Essential Gary Lucas album, there's a track from that, and there's also a concert we did, a tribute to the music of Jeff Buckley and Gary Lucas, that features Jolene Grunberg, a great Dutch vocalist. So here's Caroline. Caroline, you all right? I thought I could get her to do a pop-in here with Lulu. And well, anyway, so I'll just keep going here and play for you. This is some music I composed for a great silent film, The Unholy Three. It was done, this film, in two versions, a sound version and a silent version. The silent version is directed by the great Todd Browning. If you get to see it, check this film out, starring the fantastic Lon Chaney. Harry Earls, who you may know as the voice of Donald Duck. He's also Harry Earls, the small person in Freaks. And Victor McLagan as the strongman Hercules. It's really a great crime thriller. So this is some music that I played this at the Cinémathèque Française a couple years ago. I think I did the premiere of my soundtrack for this film, finally, in Europe. And I did it at the Metrograph. I hope all of these cinemas open up soon. I really miss going to films. I love, of course, the comfort of seeing them in the house here, but there's nothing that beats the experience of sitting in the dark in a nice theater. Anyway, so here's some music from that. Yeah, the Unholy Three. I'll do a little quick tuning change. People are always asking what tunings I'm playing in. Well, a magician never reveals the secrets, but if you want a private Skype lesson, check me out at GaryLucas.com for one-on-one. And also, if you like what you hear and see, please show your appreciation at PayPal. I really, really appreciate it. I'm certainly not ashamed to ask for contributions. There ain't no more gigs for a long time. I don't know, I'm scrambling like every other musician to see what happens this fall. But it's very unclear at the moment. But I want to say, these people here, there's quite a few of them. I'm going to read their names. Have all contributed, and I thank you gratefully. Jonathan Luftig, Hugo Guerrero, Tim Witham, Jeff Griffiths, Michael Markley, Paul Dickinson, Deborah Parkey, Robert Porth, John Alderman, Richard Hicks, Rob Heckers, Robin Logan, Lois Churdo, Ed Harkins, Helene Adam, Brad Martin, Dolly DeClaire, Bill Bamberger, Andrew Marks, Mickey McMahon, Bob Wilcox, Jeff Downey, Ellie Medeiros, Victor Lopez, Paul Paduan, Richie Robinson, Andy Churdo, Alexander Smith, Levin Bertles, Bradley Stevens, The Inconsistent Jukebox, Colin John Campbell, David Weiss, John Page, and Kitty Tripp. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and Caroline thanks you too. We're both freelance people. I've been freelance musician since 1990, and she's a freelance casting director. So anyway, while we wait for the unemployment website to work at the New York State Department of Labor, anything you might like contribute would be much appreciated. So that's it for the spiel. And now for some more music. Okay, I'm going to give away one little secret. Here we are in drop D. This is where the low E string drops down to D. And a little tip, I wrote some of my most famous songs in this tuning. So I'm in D, down D, funky D, snaky D, as James Brown would say, and one of my favorite songs, Doing It to Death. That's what I'm doing there. Okay. Into the darkened glade and rest your head beneath the shade. Into the darkened glade and rest your head beneath the shade. I'll take it with you. Into the darkened glade and rest your head beneath the shade of a leafy tree. Beckons to you and me, and through your senses full of wonder through the picket fences. It will not take you. Into the darkened glade and rest your head beneath the shade of a leafy tree. Beckons to you and me, then through your senses full of wonder leave the picket fences in a misty wood. Where to your heart quiet go. Once again heaven sends you rushing back. Seize the time, fill your mind. Your heart beckons you that it's spinning. Feel the moment in your carpet underneath your shoes. I'm gonna do one more. Sorry for the truncated vocal. I've written over 300 songs and instrumentals, and that was one that definitely needed polishing. Oh well, next time I'll do the full Monty version. In the meantime, I go back to this piece. I love this instrumental. Okay. Okay, well, on that note, that long lunar note in D, I'll see you next time on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, same time, all right? Bless you for tuning in, and hope to see you soon. Take care.